much hot.
Good morning, Knicks fans. Welcome back. Big Nick Burt with that Big Nick energy. How you guys doing today? Took a little hiatus for no other reason than I was just trying to really watch the games and see what was been going on and just kind of take a social media break, all that good stuff. So I like a lot of things I've been seeing. I don't like a lot of things I've been seeing, just to clear the air, like what's going on with Randle. I didn't really see what he was getting all upset about in that Utah game, but he's been fined. I think they said he'd been fined for the whole year $360 something thousand for this year. And yeah, that's pretty crazy to me, but he's got a grievance, I guess, so he keeps it up. So without going even more into that, because I just don't feel like it, what I am breaking down today is kind of going to touch on the mental side of it, the psychological side behind, a game and what it takes to win. So right now, let's take a look at this upcoming game. We got the Miami Heat this evening. And about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I put together some clips thinking we were playing Miami. And I was a little early, so I had these kind of sitting and waiting, and it's nice to actually get to it and actually talk about it. So let's dive right in without any further ado. What I like about Miami is because they're in the same spot that we're in, right? They have a veteran point guard, a young guy that they're bringing up in Tyler Herro, a nice young center, Bam Adebayo. They're trying to get some three-pointer shooting from Duncan Robinson. I don't think that's going to happen anymore, but hey, whatever. They got a nice young team. They brought in Jimmy Butler, and they're supposed to be going for at least a deep playoff run, right? I think they're first or second. So, yeah, they're doing pretty good this year. They had this little blow-up the other night, which, whatever. I like Udonis Haslem, so if he's saying something, maybe y'all should listen. Speaking to you, Jimmy Butler. So, what are we going to see tonight? And what we're going to see a lot tonight is going to be a lot of pick and roll action with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro. So the first clip I have here is just a simple double high pick and roll. Bam cuts to the basket. Sims, I think, does not step up high enough to stop Herro from driving, and they get an alley-oop. Now, what I would have liked to see from Sims, I think, is right when the pick is set, he drops down really far. I wish he stopped dropping back around the foul line and made Herro make a choice, because Burks came in with the help. Fournier came with the help on Adebayo, and even I think RJ came over. Yes, RJ came over even to help on the drive as well. So I think Sims could have stepped up, because if he got beat, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But instead, he drops, and they get the alley-oop. That's just one way to defend it. Now let's see another way. Here comes Herro again. This time, Sims doesn't step up at all, and there's no help. There's nobody back. No one's paying attention. I mean, they're paying attention, but they're not helping. So this time, Herro gets all the way to the basket with a nice lay-in. But not only do Miami have nice point guards, but they also have a nice passing big man in Bam Adebayo. So we got to be a little concerned with their point guards, especially Herro and to a lesser extent Lowry, but Lowry as well. Obviously, he's not as quick, so we'll have a little easier time with him, but Herro and Lowry are going to be an issue. So if we can get the ball out of their hands, you think that's a good thing. But then Bam brings the ball up, and now this I like a lot, what you're able to do, because now with Bam bringing the ball up, Mitchell Robinson is all the way at the three-point line, and you can see the paint. There's nobody in the paint. Fournier and I believe RJ are out covering their guys looking for the three, because obviously they're going to get the ball. And on the opposite side, Randle and Burks' guys are also setting a little screen, but they go with the one that gets open, obviously, which is RJ Barrett's guy, and they get a nice lay-in. And that's just some of the options that you get. So we can't cover the pick and roll effectively. And we've seen that pretty much all year. And that's fine. It's the oldest play in basketball. It's a very difficult play. It's like, do you play up on the shooter? Do you, trust your guys behind you? Do you just stick the big guy because the little guy is not going to go for it? So there's a lot of different options. And you can see in these two that Sims can drop back, and then that gives you vulnerable to a lob, or you can play it tight and you end up getting a layup. So it's a troubling thing to see, and we're going to see a lot of it tonight. Hopefully, we'll be executing some of it too, the New York Knicks. But even more importantly than just the X's and O's, what's going on with the offense, with the defense, is your mentality. So I put up here the little play-by-play, and we're going to be focusing on Julius Randle and PJ Tucker. And the reason for this is because they got a little jawry, a little chatty on the court. And I think that kind of messed with Randle's game down the line. So this is from the Tuesday, March 12th game at home. And here we see Tucker with the block. We see Randle with a miss. We see Randle with a foul. RJ with a miss. Just no cohesion. That's just the text. So let's see. This is Randle pulling up. And then Tucker's like, yeah, I stopped that. He's feeling good. Little jaw jacking. Down the line, what do we got? Miss from Fournier. Miss from Fournier. Oh, gosh. Barrett gets the rebound, and a miss from Randle making a layup. Let's take a look. Boom. But more importantly than who stopped him, Mr. Bam Adebayo, but then after the play, kind of gets talking to PJ Tucker. Like, Tucker's like, yeah, my boy stopped you. Like, let's go. Then he's slow to get back. Yada, yada. Next play. Randle hits a free throw. Another free throw. Basically trying to get through his game. Try to bring it back. So there's the foul from PJ Tucker. Barely touched him on a fadeaway to the basket. So Randle can get some points, feeling better about himself. So when Randle subs back in, Tucker subs back in. And that's the real important piece that I'm looking at right now. Because it's not just about what guys you have, but who you match up against and what they're trying to do to you. So when Randle comes in, Tucker comes in. And what's the issue here? Running back, transition defense, nobody picks up the ball. As they're running up, Randle and Tucker are jaw-jacking. So let's take this in slow-mo. Randle's saying something to him. Tucker's saying something to him. And by the time they get to the three-point line, Randle's like, hey, we should be stopping the ball. Yeah, you should be stopping the ball. But instead, he just calls to his teammate, hey, you should be doing that. And they get a nice, easy corner three. And now this is what I'm talking about with Randle, Tucker, and the psychological effects of playing the game. So we saw it the other night with the Utah Jazz. Randle had a little thing going at the end of the game. I have no idea why. I think he wasn't happy with the refs or something, or wasn't happy with Donovan Mitchell celebrating or whatever. Whatever he wasn't happy with, I can't even begin to imagine, because he seems like he's always complaining about something. And this is like nothing against his character or nothing like that. It's just, I don't know. At a certain point, you got to stop. Like, at a certain point, we just saw Luka Doncic. Oh, I've got to stop talking to the refs. Okay, like, it's an issue. It's an issue. So we saw it against Utah. Then in Miami, we saw it with their team. I don't even remember who they were playing. I think Golden State. And, there's a lot of pressure in basketball, and winners want to win. And when you think your team is holding you back, it can be a lot. So Jimmy Butler, I kind of feel. But with Randle, it's more like an outward pressure type of thing. So we saw he subbed in. We saw Tucker jaw-jacking with him. And then we just kind of unravel. Yeah, so Randle gets a take foul, and by then it's just kind of too late. You can see he's kind of trying to take over the game, but in a way that's not really effective. So for my last clip, we see Randle bringing the ball up, driving into 4 Heat players and throwing the ball away. And this is after missing a key rotation in transition, jaw-jacking with Tucker. This is after a long game of maybe not having your way and PJ Tucker, putting it on you and talking to you, making you make mistakes. So when we play the Heat tonight, that's what I'm going to be looking for, is the mental stability. We're going to need a nice leader, if that's RJ, if that's Randle, if that's Rose, if that's whoever. But we're going to need a leader on the court to keep these guys' heads straight, just like the Heat will need. And maybe we can give them an upset tonight where we're staying in that play-in contention, which I'm not mad at. So I'm not mad at it. I think we have the ability to do it. I know a lot of these clips I showed was Sims playing defense, and Mitchell Robinson, I believe, is playing. But I think he was out with back soreness. So maybe if we get Mitch, if we get Randle, we should be in good shape. But that doesn't change the fact that we'll still need to keep our heads straight and not let them rile us up, not let us get out of our playing style, because as we saw, it's very easy to start making mistakes down the line that'll cost the game. So on those pick and rolls, you just got to read and react the correct way. And a lot of that is trial and error. A lot of that is experience. So if we don't see Mitch, we'll probably see a lot of Taj. And if Mitch is in, if Sims is in, I just want to see him, making those right decisions. And I want to see Randle, actually taking that leadership role seriously and not letting the refs get under his skin, not letting the other team get under his skin. Because when you're the guy, people are gunning for you and they want to mess you up and they want to see you get taken out of the game like that mentally. So we'll see what we get tonight. I'm excited for the game. I hope you guys have been enjoying the young guys getting a lot of burn, getting a lot of run, and getting some wins. So looking forward to the game tonight, Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks. Look for some pick and roll action. Look for Duncan Robinson maybe getting some shots up, and look for Bam Adebayo changing up their offense and bringing the ball up as a facilitator. That's going to be a really big wrench in our defense tonight. So we'll see what Sims can do. We'll see what Robinson can do. Maybe we'll see a lot of Taj, and I hope Randle and RJ can figure out how to stay cool, calm, collected in the face of adversity, in the face of a heated exchange, and pull out this win tonight and keep those play-in hopes alive. All right, let's go Knicks. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel. I'm Big Nick Burt with the Big Nick Energy.
Burt knows basketball, y'all.